So I got a topic today that I've been thinking about, and I was on YouTube this morning watching Chase on Two Wheels, who inspired this topic. I was watching the video today on him where he went and test ride the Victory Magnum, the RLMS edition, and he just said he couldn't really understand why people like me and others ride cruisers. Like, why are we drawn to cruisers? And like, just what do we really like about them? Because they're heavier, they don't stop as good, they're not as fast, and I'm comparing this to sport bikes, obviously. And some would say, they don't look as good as sport bikes. I guess it just depends on what your taste is. Me personally, y'all know that I started out on sport bikes. I started motovlogging on a sportier bike, I guess. It was a sport cruiser, sport tour, some people call them. But I always, when I first started riding, I started out on a 600. And but the reason why I got a cruiser was so that me and my wife could have something to ride together. She wouldn't get on the back of a sport bike, so I had to kind of get something that me and her could kind of, because I really wanted her to experience just the lifestyle and what we all love and enjoy about riding motorcycles. So that's the reason why I got it. Now, there's kind of a two-part thing I want to put with this vlog. There's something I have been thinking about doing for quite some time, is what to expect going from a street bike to a cruiser. Now, if I sound kind of pausy, it's because I've never been down this road. I decided to take a new road today. Just gonna see where it goes. What to expect when you go from a street bike to a cruiser. Okay, obviously one, and this is a big one that Chase pointed out, and I actually had some problem with it as well. Your feet position, rather. When first time I rode a cruiser, which I have a video of if you'd like to see, that was like the one thing that I had a problem with or whatever, and I kept wanting to put my feet behind me like a sport bike rather than out in front of me. And when I came to a stop, it was weird having to put my feet way out past the floorboards or whatever. I didn't know what to do with them, really. So that was a big issue. That's something that you're going to have to get used to, which after a couple of days of riding a cruiser, it just comes natural. Okay, so the second thing, I'll probably lose count, so I probably shouldn't say first, second, third, but the other thing is the weight. I think my Kawasaki, and I'm just guesstimating here, was 380-ish pounds wet probably. And I believe I looked at the sticker on this one, I believe it's 640. So yeah, you got a big difference in weight there, and you can feel it. I mean, it makes turning sluggish, and it kind of makes you not. It definitely makes you not feel confident in taking turns with the weight, and then the combination of having your feet out in front of you, because it just makes you feel like, you know, your feet are closer to the ground when they're out in front of you versus had them tucked up, which is I guess true. But I mean, you can turn this bike quite a bit. I can turn it a lot more than I still feel comfortable turning. There's a lot of turns that I will kind of, when I make them, I kind of go out too wide or whatever. And I know that I could have made that a lot tighter, but it's just I'm still not comfortable with this bike, to be honest. But and another thing is speed. And we all know that, I mean, these bikes have a lot of torque, a lot of down low torque. They don't have really nothing on top end. You know, sport bikes have a lot of top end and everything, and they're really quick. Do I miss the power difference between a sport bike and this? Yes, kinda. There's a lot of days when I'm riding this bike that the power delivery and everything, it suits me. I'm fine with it. And then there's some days I just really want that real quick acceleration, you know, like kind of like just snap your head off your shoulders kind of acceleration. And I mean, there's days that I want that. But honestly, I think if you get a big enough cruiser, like this is a 1500cc, honestly, I think if I got with anything smaller than that, I wouldn't be happy. Because I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2.5" with a whole lot of ass. So anything smaller for me, I would have been completely disappointed with. So but yeah, I mean, it's something you really don't miss so much. You know, it's like you go out and you started on a sport bike, especially if you rode like the 600s. If you rode anything smaller than a 600, you know, this is going to be like freaking a beast for you. But you know, if you rode 600s, maybe even a 750, and you step up to, you decide you want a cruiser, and you go with a 1500 like I got, honestly, I think you're going to be completely happy with it. It has enough torque, enough get up and go that'll suit you. But over time, I think you're gonna want that real snappy acceleration. Is all that shit flooded? It is. Girl, we had a lot of rain like a day or two ago. So so yeah, I mean, I've kind of mentioned it to my wife. I would like to have another sport bike, but I don't necessarily like want to get rid of this bike to get a sport bike. I would be awesome as hell if I could have both. Because really, I mean, having both the bikes suits all your needs. I mean, you have this bike for them days that you want to take really long rides. You want to take the wife out. You know, you got some buddies that ride cruisers, and then you got some days, you know, you just maybe you're riding with your other buddies that ride sport bikes, or you ride by yourself, or what have you, and you just really got that speed demon in you that day. So having both bikes would be like a dream. Some more flooded areas. Some over there, dude. So y'all let me know what y'all think. But I'm gonna cut this one here. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.